All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto you. How about Shema Shah, by Shema Kakwadash, the abundance of the apostle and elders, the great millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. Yeah, I just wanted to share this image and go into relation of the scriptures. You know, this is a very spiritual image. This guy Yusuke was basically a Israelite. I believe him to be an Israelite. You know, he dwelled in Africa, but he was in the Asiatic lands. You know, could he be a Hamite? Possibly. You know, it goes to be said, but nonetheless, you know, he was a samurai warrior. Now it's even certain publications and apostles going into that about black blood. You know, a true samurai. You know, a lot of those original samurais were actually Jakes. You know, when Jake went to these different land masses, they was training up a lot of those heathens. You know, they were pretty much, building alliances and stuff like that. You know, teaching like his scriptures even says in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, let us learn of your ways. So a lot of these nations learn of the ways of Jake, man. They see how we move, how we execute, how we our versatility, and if you look at him, see Jake, man. Jake had a real noble look, tall. You gotta think about, this is just a regular individual, so to speak. I'm talking about men in the scriptures, men that was actually, stood at the pinnacle of their godhood. Now this compared to modern time, if an individual like this was walking around, they would look at him like he's an angel, man. Like somebody just of a whole nother time. In modern times, they would be in awe. So just think about how actually, the angels looked. Tall men. The scriptures speak about in the book of Maccabees how they were violent. The angel that whooped Heliodorus' ass. He smit Heliodorus. Scriptures speak about his valiancy. And us as a nation, we were very valiant. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that. Look up some scriptures on valiant. We were very mighty. You had the mighty men of David's mighty men, and who knows the size of them. We were bigger back then. The scriptures speak about our stature being reduced in today's time. We got significantly smaller. We lost our positioning. We lost all of our strength, so to speak. But you even see in our times of degeneracy, what the date was. Matter of fact, I'll go back to that image, go a little bit into it. I'm gonna read it. Yasuke, a tall African man, arrived in Japan 1579, and made history as the first foreign-born man to become a samurai warrior. Yasuke was originally a slave from Mozambique and was brought to Japan by Portuguese traders. The powerful Japanese warlord Oda Nobunaga, yeah, he's very famous, Nobunaga. It says was fascinated by, if you go into, of course, Japanese, or I just say, I didn't know he was Japanese per se, but if you watch certain shows, I've heard it's a lot of Asians that's named Nobunaga even in today's time now, or they'll have certain writings and they'll name certain warriors Nobunaga. I heard that name, a few times, and I've read about him. But it said was fascinated by Yasuke's tall stature. There goes that stature again, and dark skin. Upon seeing him, ordered his servants to try and rub the black ink off his skin. Despite this strange encounter, Nobunaga took Yasuke into his service, granting him a sum of money, a house, and a katana. So there you have it, man. That's like I said, that's a beautiful thing when you even compare it now, into the days, just to see an image like that, showed you how big and sizey, we were respectable or highly respected in our land masses that we dwelled and traveled through. They knew that Jake wasn't no joke, man. you know. And matter of fact, I want to get, and like I said, how we used to execute. They even had in the what would that be? I think 2 Samuel, where it goes into all the mighty acts that, here it is. Yep. 2 Samuel, the 23rd chapter, goes into all the mighty acts that the mighty men done, you know. When they was taking down those different nations, they were, you know, and these were men that were under David. So think about David himself, and the scriptures speak about how, you know, the weak in that day is going to be like David, you know. So the Lord is empowering us, you know. We just have to stay, you know, 10 toes, stay, you know, aggressively apprehending that mark. This is 2 Samuel 23 and 14. And David was then in an hold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, matter of fact, I want to get to the point. Verse 18, and Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief among 3. And he lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them, and had the name among 3. So he put his spear up amongst 300 men, and he prospered. You know, Abishai, the brother of Joab, and Joab used to get busy on the battlefield too, you know, which Joab eventually got killed. You know, when you go into it, if I'm not mistaken, Solomon sent Benaiah to kill him. But Joab was he put in a lot of work, you know, in his days too. But it says, was he not most honorable of 3? Therefore, he was therefore captain. Yeah, so, you know, they chose him to retain the head position, you know, because he was the most honorable. Howbeit, he attained not unto the first 3. And Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done many acts, he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He sent down also and slew a lion in the midst of a pit in time of snow. Yeah, so it was a time of snow, and he got down with a lion, you know. And even guys like, you know, him, you know, the gladiators and stuff like that. You go to these mighty men in history, you know, they would, I don't know if him per se, but the type of acts that they would do, like the gladiators, they was fighting lions and things of that nature. You know, they had to actually take down lions. But see, these were supersized lions even back in the ancient world. The ancient lion is way more sizier than a modern lion, you know. They degenerated. That's why Esau goes into prehistoric, you know, and they'll go into saber-tooth tigers and certain these animals that are sizey as hell, teeth hyper extended, you know. But really, during these times, those animals, you know, were sizey as hell, man. And as time progressed, you know, everything weakened. You know, the scriptures speak about how the earth is pretty much breaking down, you know, languishing. He went down also and slew a lion in the midst of a pit in time of snow. And he slew an Egyptian, a goodly man, and the Egyptian had a spear in his hand, and he went down to him with a staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and slew him with his own spear. These things did Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, and had the name among 3 mighty men. He was more honorable than the 30, but he attained not to the first 3. And David set him over his guard. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was one of the 30. Elhanan, the son of Dodo of Bethlehem. Shema the Herodite, Elika the Herodite, Helez the Paltite, Ira the son of Ekesh the Tekoite, Abiezer the Anethanite, Melbunah the Hushathite, Zalmon the Ahohite, Maharai the Netophathite, Helab the son of Baanah, a Netophathite, Atad the son of Rabai out of Gibeah of the children of Benjamin, Benaiah the Pirathonite, Haddah of the brooks of Gaash, Abiel Bon the Arbathite, as Maveth the Berhumite. You know, and the list goes on and on. You know, so these were men that, like I said, highly noble. You know, hella strong. You know, they had that divine courage, divine faith. You know, and then in that divinity, you would even see divine interventions, man. They were high-powered men, you know, and the scriptures speak about us reverting back to the days of old. So we just have to keep doing what we do, you know, staying within this faith and this ministry, you know, and powering up, man. We got the name of the power. The Lord is giving us strength, you know. Scriptures speak about how the Lord is going to strengthen us in that day, you know. So with that, ended by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Shema Shah by Shema Kakodash. Dub honor to the apostle and others of Great Millstone. Shalom Amakim.